Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a super specific but absolutely crucial topic for anyone hauling a rig in the Lone Star State. Exactly how to get a duplicate trailer title in Texas. Picture this. You finally found the perfect buyer for your old utility trailer. Or maybe you're just trying to register your travel trailer for an upcoming weekend trip. You open up your filing cabinet and poof, it's gone. Maybe it got lost in a chaotic move, ruined by a water leak, or worse, stolen. Suddenly, you're facing a massive headache. Without that title, sales are totally held up, registrations grind to a halt, and you could seriously run into legal issues if you get pulled over. It's a stressful nightmare that literally no trailer owner wants to deal with. But hey, take a deep breath, because here's the good news. Securing a duplicate title brings total peace of mind. Getting this sorted means you can legally sell, register, and tow your trailer without that constant, nagging worry about your paperwork. In this explainer, I'm going to give you a complete step-by-step breakdown of exactly how to navigate the Texas bureaucracy, avoid the common pitfalls, and get this sorted quickly. So here's our roadmap. We're going to cover the lost title problem, gathering required documents, completing Form VTR-34, fees and submission options, timelines and alternative paths, and finally, some essential tips and a legal disclaimer. Section 1. The lost title problem. Why you need a certified copy. Let's make sure we've got our terms straight. Fun fact, the exact phrasing the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles, the TXDMV, uses isn't actually duplicate title. The official term is a certified copy of title. This is the official document that replaces your lost, stolen, or mutilated original. And here's the really brilliant part. The exact moment this new certified copy is issued, it instantly renders any prior titles totally void. It's a built-in mechanism by the state to stop fraud in secondary markets. It means nobody can use your old, lost paper title to illegally sell or take out a loan against your trailer. Section 2. Gathering your required documents, what you need before you start. Okay, missing or incorrect documents, that is a one-way ticket to the rejection pile. So let's get prepared. You're going to need a valid government-issued photo ID, think a Texas driver's license, a passport, or a military ID. But get this, there's a surprisingly generous quirk here. For this specific transaction, the TXDMV will actually accept an ID that is up to 12 months expired. Wild, right? You'll also need an original release of lien if you ever had a loan on the trailer, even if you paid the whole thing off years ago. And finally, if you're handling this for a joint owner or a business entity, you're going to need the proper power of attorney documents. Now pay super close attention here, because this trips people up all the time. There is a huge difference in how you submit these documents. For your photo ID, sending in photocopies, faxes, or printed scans, perfectly fine. But your release of lien? That absolutely must be an original document with an original ink signature. It's usually printed on company letterhead or on Form VTR-266. Listen, if you just email them a scanned copy of your lien release, your application's going to get denied, full stop. Moving to Section 3, completing Form VTR-34, navigating the application. All right, this is the star of the show, Form VTR-34. It might look a little intimidating with all those tiny checkboxes, but don't sweat it. The absolute golden rule for this form is that whatever you write down must perfectly, exactly match what the state database already has on file. Precision is the name of the game here. First up, you have to enter the exact vehicle details, the VIN, year, make, and body style. Mess up one single digit on that massive VIN number, instant rejection. Next, provide the current address and info for all recorded owners. Now, since we're talking about a trailer here, you can typically just leave the odometer section completely blank. Trailers don't have odometers. Finally, sign the application using original blue or black ink. And listen up, if the trailer is jointly owned, every single owner has to sign this form in original ink. Section 4. Fees and submission options. How much and where to send it. Okay, so you've got your documents and your ink-signed form. How do you get it to the state? You've basically got two routes. If you mail it in, the fee is a crazy low $2, but you can only pay with a check or money order. Seriously, do not mail cash, and temporary checks are a no-go. Now, if you do this in person, the fee bumps up to $5.45. There you can pay with cash, check, or a credit card, though the card does have a tiny processing fee. You can walk into any TXDMV regional service center for this, but trust me, booking an appointment online ahead of time is definitely the way to go. Can we just pause for a second to look at that number? $2. When was the last time anything government-related cost $2? In the world of DMV fees, this is an absolute bargain to get your legal rights and your peace of mind back. But there is a massive catch if you're choosing that $2 mail-in option. All mailed applications go to one highly specific place, the Wichita Falls TXDMV Regional Service Center at 1601 A Southwest Parkway. I don't care if you live in Houston, Austin, or out in the Panhandle, every single mail-in application in the entire state of Texas has to be routed to this exact address in Wichita Falls. Section 5. Timelines and Alternative Paths. What to expect and Plan B. So let's talk about the waiting game. Say you drop your application in the mail on day 1. Day 15 is the absolute minimum wait time before you should even expect to see that duplicate in your mailbox. And day 30? That's the minimum wait before you're legally allowed to request a second duplicate if the first one ghosted you. Also, the TXDMV cannot give you status updates for mailed applications. It's a black box. These 15 and 30-day rules are super strict anti-fraud buffers meant to stop bad actors from spamming the system for titles. Okay, here's a massive curveball that confuses a lot of folks. What if you bought a trailer off a guy locally, and he promised to mail you the title, but never actually did? You cannot use the certified copy process we've been talking about. Form VTR 34 only works if your name is already sitting in the TXDMV database as the rightful owner. If that chain of ownership is broken, you have to use a completely different, much tougher pathway, the bonded title process. That requires Form VTR 130OF, a $15 fee, and you have to go buy a 3-year surety bond based on the trailer's value. Now, if navigating DMV bureaucracy sounds like a nightmare, third-party services do exist to help out. The pros? They're super convenient, they have nice online portals to upload your ID and vehicle info, and they literally hold your hand through the paperwork. But weigh that against the cons. You still can't magically escape the state requirement of providing an original, physical letter of lien source. Plus, you're going to be paying their third-party processing fees, right on top of what the state charges. Section 6. Final tips and legal disclaimer. Wrapping up safely. All right, I need you to hear this loud and clear to protect yourself. Falsifying information on that VTR 34 form, that is not a minor oops on a government form. State law makes it a third-degree felony. It is a serious crime in Texas. You absolutely must double-check your VIN, never guess on the required info, and under no circumstances should you ever forge a co-owner's signature. Honesty and accuracy are non-negotiable here. And that brings us to our quick professional disclaimer. Texas laws and TXDMV regulations change. Bureaucracy is a living, breathing thing, and they can update rules and fees over time. While we've given you a highly detailed look at current protocols, always verify the most up-to-date procedures directly on the TXDMV website right before you apply. So, are you ready to reclaim that title? Get your ID, track down that original lien release, and get your application submitted. If you've been through this process, drop your own tips or horror stories in the comments below. Let's help each other out. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, but I'll leave you with this one final, kind of wild thought. In an era of digital wallets and instant everything, a single, easily lost piece of paper still completely dictates the legal ownership of your property. Makes you wonder when the system will finally modernize, right? Until they do, you might want to invest in a fireproof safe. Catch you next time.